welcome back to another video. Today I'm explaining what is Fnd. Fnd stands for Functional Neurological Disorder. I was diagnosed with Fnd in July 2023 after a 3-hour seizure on my way home from a musical with my support worker. Now, I was taken to hospital, lights and sirens, under sedation due to my seizures. And they had to give me medication called midazolam. Now, I am allergic to midazolam, and due to this, they gave it to me and not knowing I was allergic to it. I woke up 3 days later in ICU, not being able to move or feel my legs, and my arms were weak. I was unable to hold my head up, and the doctors were concerned. They weren't sure if I had a stroke or something else happened. I went under testing to figure out what was causing these symptoms. I had a 3-day ECG done where they put things on my head to test to see what the seizures were coming from. These seizures I was having were non-epileptic seizures. I was seen by the neuro team and I was diagnosed with Fnd. Fnd stands for Functional Neurological Disorder, as I said. Functional neurological disorder describes a problem with how the brain receives and sends information to the rest of the body. It is often helpful to think of your brain as a computer. In someone who has Fnd, there's no damage to the brain or to the hardware or structure of the brain. It's the software or program running on the computer that isn't working properly. The problem that causes Fnd are going on in a level of the brain that you cannot control. It includes symptoms like arm and leg weakness and seizures. Other symptoms like fatigue or pain are not directly caused by Fnd, but are often found alongside it. Fnd can have many symptoms that can vary from person to person. Some people may have few symptoms and some people may have many, like me. For example, some symptoms are functional limb weakness, functional seizures, functional tremors, functional dystonia, functional gait disorder, facial spasms, functional tics, functional jerks and twitches, functional drop attacks, functional sensory symptoms, functional cognitive symptoms, functional speech and swallowing difficulties, persistent postural or PPPD, dizziness, functional visual symptoms, and dissociative symptoms. There are other symptoms or conditions are commonly associated with Fnd. These include chronic pain, so fibromyalgia, which is what I've got. Persistent fatigue, again, I suffer with fatigue. Sleep problems, insomnia, migraines, irritable bowel syndrome, anxiety, panic attacks, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, chronic urinary retention, and dysfunctional breathing. What causes Fnd? We know that the symptoms of Fnd happen because there's a problem with how the brain is sending and receiving messages. So it's often in other parts of the body. Using research tools, scientists can see that certain circuits in the brain are not working properly in people with Fnd. However, there's still a lot of research to be done to understand how and why Fnd happens. Why does Fnd happen? Fnd can happen for a wide range of reasons. There's often more than one reason, and the reasons can vary hugely from person to person. Some of the reasons why the brain stops working properly in Fnd include the brain trying to get rid of the painful sensation, a migraine or other neurological symptoms, The brain is shutting down a part of all the body in response to a situation it thinks is threatening. In some people, stressful events in the past or present can be relevant to FND. In others, stress is not relevant. Treatment. FND really variable condition, and some people have quite short-lived symptoms and others can have them for many years. There are treatments available that can manage and improve FND, and these treatments are all form of rehab therapy, which aims to improve your ability to carry out everyday activities. Many of these treatments are designed to train the brain. Some people with FND benefit a lot from treatment and many may go into remission. Other people continue to have FND symptoms despite treatment. The treatments can be physiotherapy, occupational therapy, psychological therapy, speech, language, and swallowing therapy, and medication. So for me, FND has been a very big life-altering and changing diagnosis. Diagnosed, I was able to still walk, and I really only had seizures. After a few days, I went home. But within 2 weeks, I was readmitted, and things changed quite quickly. I was admitted to rehab after 2 weeks of being in hospital, and then I spent 10 months in rehab learning to live life with FND. Over time, I have become completely wheelchair bound, non-weight bearing, and my hand is now stuck in this position. FND has again taken over my body, but I am confident that I will work hard with my therapists to try regain strength and get my body back to the way it should be. But I don't know what life ahead of me is going to be like. Due to my FND, I am now having to live in a supported accommodation and have support workers looking after me 24/7. I am no longer living with my parents. FND has been a big life-changing diagnosis. If you guys need more information, please comment down below any questions you may have. And that this is what FND is. Please follow my channel if you want to see more videos in the future.